You wake when the gray light comes through the cracks. You wake, and it's another day. Your back aches from yesterday. Aches today, will ache tomorrow. You sit up, the bed creaks. Splinters catch your palm. You pull them out. One by one, you don't feel them anymore. You put on your pants. Still damp from yesterday. Cold against your skin. The fabric stiff with dried mud around the knees. You put them on anyway. You walk out, the door doesn't close right. It never closes right. You paid the contractor $6 to hang it. And it still doesn't close right. Back in Ohio, a man would hang a door for 50 cents and it would close proper. Here, nothing closes right. Nothing works right. Everything costs too much. You walk to the river. You need to pan for gold. But first, tools? Your sieve broke yesterday. The rim bent when you dropped it on a rock. You need a new one. You walk down the muddy street. Each step, your boots sink. The mud sucks at your heels. You pass a man sleeping against a wall. He's been there 3 days. Maybe 4. You don't know if he's sick or just tired. You reach the supply vendor's stall. Canvas stretched over wooden poles. He's already got a crowd. Men shouting, waving money. You wait. You listen to them argue. $8 for a pan? Someone's yelling. That's robbery. Then don't buy it. The vendor says. How much for a sieve? You ask when you reach the front. $12. The vendor says. He's wearing a wool coat. Clean. His hands aren't raw like yours. Your stomach drops. 12. Last month it was 9. 12 now. He says. Doesn't he look at you? Ship got stuck in Panama. Supplies are low. I got men lining up. You want it or not? You think about the newspaper you read back in Ohio. The one that made you come here. It said pans cost 20 cents. 20 cents. You could buy 3 pans for $1 back east. Here, 1 pan costs $8. A sieve costs 12. Behind you, someone shouts. I'll take it for 12. You pull out $12. A week of gold. Gone. The vendor hands you the sieve. It's lighter than your old one. Thinner metal, it won't last a month. You take it anyway. Your hands are shaking. Not from cold, from anger. From the knowing that you've been cheated but there's nothing you can do about it. You walk back, past the saloon. You smell bacon frying. Eggs. Your mouth waters. Your stomach clenches. You haven't had an egg in 6 weeks. There's a chalkboard outside the saloon. Menu. You stop and read it. Breakfast $6. Bacon, beans, bread, coffee, eggs $3 each. $3 for 1 egg. Back home, your mother kept chickens. Eggs were free. You could eat 3, 4 eggs for breakfast. Your sister would make them however you wanted. Here, 1 egg costs $3. 3 days of gold for 1 egg. You keep walking, your stomach growling. You've got 10 cents in your pocket. Not enough for anything. You reached the river. The water's cold. You know it's cold because yesterday it was cold. And the day before. You squat by the bank. Your knees cracked. You lower the sieve into the water. The cold shoots up your arms. You scoop mud and gravel. You shook the sieve. Water splashes your chest. Your shirt's already wet. You shake, and the mud runs through. Pebbles remain. You look at them. No gold. You dump them. You scooped again. Scoop. Shake. Dump. Scoop. Shake. Dump. A man next to you is coughing. Deep, wet coughs. He was coughing yesterday. He coughed all day. He's coughing now. You glance at him. His lips are blue. Doesn't he look back? He scoops another pan of gravel. You scoop another pan. You think about the prices while you work. Your mind does this now. Calculating. Always calculating. The shovel leaning against your shack costs $36. 36. Back in Ohio. Your father bought a good shovel for $1.20. Here, that same shovel costs $36. The boots on your feet cost $6. You bought them a month ago. Already falling apart. $6. Back home, you could buy good leather boots for $2 and they'd last 2 years. Everything's different here. Everything's wrong. The sun rises but you don't see it. Clouds, always clouds. Your hands are numb. You can't feel the sieve handle anymore. You just hold it. Scoop, shake, dump. 2 hours passed, maybe 3. Time moves strange when you're squatting in cold water. A piece of gold, small, smaller than a grain of rice. It glints at the bottom of your pan among the black sand. You pinch it between your fingers. Can barely feel it. You drop it in your pouch. The pouch is leather, worn thin. You bought it in Boston before you left. 8 months ago. You thought you'd fill it in a week. It's still almost empty. You keep panning. Another miner splashes over. Old man, gray beard. He squats next to you. Any luck? He asks. Not much. You say. Same. He spits into the water. I'm down to my last dollar. Spent everything on beans and rice. You know rice is $8 a pound now? $8? 8. And it was 5 last week. He shakes his head. I remember when I first got here. 6 months ago. Rice was $2. I thought that was expensive. Now it's 8. How much was rice back where you came from? You ask. Massachusetts. It was. Hell, 5 cents a pound. Maybe 6? He laughs. But it's not a happy sound. I sold everything to come here. My farm, my tools. Got $400 for it all. Thought I was rich. I've been here 6 months and I've got $1 left. You don't say anything. You scoop more gravel. The vendors are getting rich. He says, not us. Them, they sell shovels and pans and beans. They're the ones making money off the gold rush. We're just dying in the cold water. He stands up, his knees cracked. He walks away. You keep panning. Noon comes. You can't squat anymore. Your legs are shaking. You stand up, slow. Your knees want to straighten. You have to push them with your hands. You finally stand. You need to eat something. You walk to the saloon. Your boots squelch. You push open the door. Dark inside. Smells like tobacco. Whiskey, wet wool, unwashed men, the bartender's wiping glasses. Same glasses he wiped yesterday. Got food? You ask. Bean soup. $3. He says. $3. Yesterday it was $2.50. You stare at him. Beans are expensive. He says, like he's explaining something simple to a child. Freight from Sacramento's gone up. Everything's going up. You know how it is. You know how it is. You know that back in Ohio, you could buy a whole meal meat, potatoes, bread, vegetables for 30 cents. Here, watery bean soup costs $3. Just beans? No bread? Bread's $3.50 a loaf. Coffee's $4 a cup. $4 for coffee. You think about your mother's kitchen. The pot is always on the stove. Free, always free. You drank 3 cups every morning. I'll take the soup. You said. You count your coins. You have $3.40. You put $3 on the bar. 40 cents left. He ladles soup into a tin bowl. Mostly water, maybe 10 beans floating. He puts it in front of you. You pick up the spoon. Your hands are shaking. You eat the soup. It's warm. That's all it is. Warm. A man at the next table is eating fried eggs. 2 of them. Yellow yolks running. He cuts into them with his fork. Your mouth waters. $6 on that plate. $6. Another man walks in. Muddy boots. Calls out. Got any onions? $1 each. The bartender says. $1 for an onion? That's right. The man leaves. Doesn't buy the onion. You remember onions in the cellar back home. Braids of them. Your mother's onions. You could take one whenever you wanted. Nobody charged you $1. You finish your soup. 40 cents left in your pocket. You need to pay the contractor $1 tonight for your bunk. You need to find 60 cents more of gold. You stand. You walk out. Back to the river. You squat down. You scoop. Shake. Dump. The afternoon drags. Your back's cramping now. Sharp pain every time you twist. You ignore it. Scoop. Shake. Dump. Another miner comes. Younger than you. Maybe 20. He sets up upstream. Right where the current's fastest. Best spot. You were going to move there. Hey, You said, I was gonna work there. He looks at you. You working there now? I was about to. Then you are not working there. He squats down, starts panning. You stare at his back. You think about fighting. You are too tired to fight. You stay where you are. You scoop your muddy gravel. You heard him talking to himself. Spent my last $18 on a pickaxe this morning. 18. Guy told me they were $5 last year. 5. Now 18. But I need it, right? Can't mine without a pickaxe. Everyone's complaining about prices. Everyone. But nobody's finding enough gold to keep up. An hour later, the contractor rides by on his horse. Big man, well fed, clean clothes, always on a horse. He stops near you. How's it going, friend? He calls down. You don't answer. Say, your roof's leaking pretty bad, isn't it? Saw puddles in your shack this morning. Yeah. You say. I can fix that, $20. New cedar shingles. Keep you dry all winter. 20? You said 12 last week. Shingles went up. Can't get them for what I used to. 20 now. Don't have $20. I can do a payment plan. $5 now. Rest later. Don't have $5 either. He shrugs. Suit yourself. Can't pan if you're sick with pneumonia. Medicine's expensive here though. Real expensive. Saw a man pay $50 for Lavana last week. He clicks his tongue. His horse walks on. $50 for medicine. Back home, the doctor charged $2 for a house visit and gave you medicine for free. You scoop more gravel. The sun drops. Shadows stretch long. Your pouch has 3 small flakes now. Maybe 4. Hard to tell. Your fingers are too numb to feel properly. You stand up. Your legs buckle. You caught yourself on a rock. Sharp edge cuts your palm. You watch the blood well up. Dark red. You wipe it on your pants. You walk back towards camp. The coughing man is still there. Still panning. His cough sounds worse. Rattling. Someone should get him medicine. Nobody will. Medicine costs $50. He probably has 50 cents. You pass the supply vendors. He's packing up. Counting money. Thick stacks of bills. His coat's new. Wool. Probably cost $40. Back east, a coat like that costs $8. You passed the saloon. Someone's playing a fiddle inside. Badly. Men singing. Off-key. Drunk. Whiskey's $6 a glass here. Back home it was 15 cents. Everything costs more. Everything. And the gold you find isn't enough. It's never enough. You reached your shack. The contractor was right. There's a puddle inside. You step around it. You peel off your wet shirt. Hang it on a nail. It'll still be wet tomorrow. You put on your other shirt. Also damp. Everything's always damp. You lay down on your bunk. The straw mattress crackles. Something's living in it. You felt things crawling last night. You are too tired to care. This bunk costs $1 a night. $1. Back in Ohio, you could rent a whole room for a week for $1. A clean room. Dry. No bugs. Here, you pay $1 to sleep on wet straw in a shack with a leaking roof. You close your eyes. Tomorrow you will wake up. Tomorrow you will walk to the river. Tomorrow you'll squat in the cold water and scoop mud and shake the sieves and dump the rocks. Tomorrow you'll find a flake or 2, maybe. Tomorrow everything will cost more. You came to San Francisco 4 months ago. The newspaper said, gold everywhere. Easy pickings. Men filling their pockets in a single day. The newspaper didn't mention that a pocket full of gold won't buy you a decent meal. Didn't mention that everything costs 10 times, 20 times, 50 times what it costs back east. You spent $150 on the ship ticket. 3 months at sea. Storms that broke the mast. Men washed overboard. You vomited for 6 weeks straight. Your father sold his watch for $40. Your mother sold her wedding ring for $30. Your brother gave you his savings. $80. You arrived in San Francisco with nothing. Spent it all getting here. You thought you'd make it back in a week. You've been here for months. You are poorer than when you arrived. Tomorrow you'll take your gold to the assayer. He'll weigh it. He'll squint at his scale. $1.20. He'll say, maybe less. He cheats. Everyone knows he cheats. But he's the only assayer. Tomorrow night you'll pay the contractor $1 for your bunk. You'll have 20 cents left, maybe. The prices keep rising. Tomorrow the soup might be $4. The eggs might be $5. Next month, who knows? And you can't leave. The shipping ticket back costs $200 now. It was $150 when you came. Even that's gone up. You don't have $200. You don't have $50. You have 20 cents. You are trapped. Tomorrow you will wake up. You will walk to the river. You'll scoop, shake, dump, scoop, shake, dump, scoop, shake, dump. The vendors will get richer. The contractors will get richer. The saloon owners will get richer. You'll stay poor. You'll scoop cold mud from a cold river and find tiny flakes of gold that aren't enough to buy a loaf of bread. This is the gold rush. Everyone's getting rich except the miners. You are so tired. You sleep. Morning comes gray through the cracks.